get a sip of water. Let us get a sip of water. All right. Let's start up this mamber jamber. All right. Brr, brr, brr. All right. All right, we'll let this bad boy fill up for a little bit. Tell you what. Get some sips of some coffee in while we wait. Ah, yes. Coffee. Get in my veins. Need the energy. Hello, hello, hello. Just waiting for people to pile in. We'll get started on Whiskey Wednesday with our live narration. Yay. Get our whiskey ready. Ah, yes. Here it is. Here. Cash strength. Okay, all right. Hello, Carrie. How's it going? Are you excited? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's almost here. Almost here. And probably tonight, somewhere around midnight, maybe, you might be getting the, I'm her daughter. I'm ready to go. Well, well, nice to meet you, Heather. Nice to meet you. Heather is your daughter. Well, right on. Well, I hope you both are having a great evening, if evening is the time where you're from. All right. Now, no, I managed to smudge it again. How do I do that? Right in the middle. It's like the one place, you think you would avoid on touching your glasses is right in the middle of the eyeball. Because who does that? Me, apparently. Like, why do I, would you jab yourself in the eye? No. But that's where I get fingerprints. Like, why is everything hazy? Do I smell toast? Oh, it's just a smudge on my glasses. Ah, all right. All right. 8:02 p.m. Okay, so you're what? Central time then? Yeah, because it'd be Mountain, then Central, then Eastern. So I'm assuming Central time. There's that noise again. I don't know where that's coming from. Right there. Oh, let me hit record. I want to see if it's recording. Okay, let's see if we can hear that. Recording. No, it's not being picked up. Okay, well, at least that's good. At least the recording's not picking up whatever the heck that noise is. So it must be coming through just that little thing that connects to my headset, which is fine. That's fine. I'd rather be that than the recording. Oh. Yes. Oklahoma. Very nice. I lived in Oklahoma for about, how long was I there? I think I was there for about 6 years. I was deployed at Tinker Air Force Base. That was my duty station. It's all right. I can't, type on the phone. I have one of the bigger iPhones, too. It's a couple generations old, but it's one of the bigger ones. And I have, fat thumbs, apparently, because I'm hitting enter before I mean to, and I'm auto incorrect is correcting me into words that I didn't even mean. I don't know. I feel the pain. I feel the pain. You know who wrote this book? Well, Laura. That's awesome. Born and raised. She's a good woman. I bet. He brought friends. Well, thank you for bringing your friends. Just kind of letting people pile in. Twinsies. Nice. Are you actually twins? I shared the live several times. Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Can I share it too? Can you like share your own live? I should know this. I can like share it to certain people, but not just generically. Interesting. Okay. All right. No, sisters 2 years apart. Okay. Well, you are sisters though. You are sisters though. Oklahoma. It's a cool state. I'm originally from Seattle. So the culture shock of first going to Texas and then to Oklahoma was, well, Mississippi first and then Oklahoma was quite a culture shock. However, there are some great places to eat in Oklahoma. I think that's what I remember the most. It's just all the places I can go eat. Oh, you're from Houston? Right on. Right on. They had a theater out there too. It's probably old now, but it was called the Harkins Cine Capri, if it's still there, near Bricktown in Oklahoma City. And we used to have the souvenir mugs, and me and my wife would go there like just all the time, whenever we could. And then walk along the river walk, which they kind of modeled a little bit, I think, after the one in San Antonio, because it definitely reminded me of it. But they had so many places down there, like sushi places. Like, who'd have thought? Like Oklahoma, in the middle of the country, you could get like really good sushi. A place called Sumo's, which was amazing. Like Hibachi Grill, like dude, just fantastic place. And they had this place called Maker Cigar and Piano Lounge that we frequented quite a bit because they'd have like dueling pianos there and stuff. Good nightlife. Good nightlife. You had to hit follow again to talk. Well, hello, Reaper. Thank you for hitting follow again. I appreciate you. You know Sumo's. It's still there? That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad Sumo's is there still. That's a good place. It's a good place. Oh, you brought the whole family. Look at you. There you go. Hello, Megan Russ. Nice to see you again. Evening. Evening. Oh, thanks for the heart. Chris Gregg, a new book. I know, a new book. So what we're doing tonight, I don't know if you were here last time, but we were doing just a regular like audiobook that I was commissioned for. This is Whiskey Wednesday, where every Wednesday we read a new book, usually from an indie author, and we read it for free here on live stream. I record it as if we're doing like an actual audiobook, and then I give the author the recording so they can use it for promo or delete it or, you know, do whatever. Set parts of it as a ringtone to laugh at later. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's theirs. It's whatever they want to use it for. So do this every Wednesday. It's a lot of fun, and it's an excuse for me to like partake of whiskey on Wednesday, right? You know, why not? Although I'm going to change it up this time. I'm doing the whiskey at the end. Because little known fact, whiskey, terrible medium for narration. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it. So we're going to do it at the very end. If you were here last time, you know what it's all about. Let me catch up on the chat here because I was like talking and I couldn't keep up. A lot of hellos. Told you brought friends. Yes, you did. What's this book about? All right, let's test this out. All right, Mary, let's test this out. Type in the chat, ! book, and then hit enter. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this works live, because that's the best way to test anything, is by testing it live. And this has crashed out, so I'm sure it's probably not going to work. I'm screen sharing, so Dad can watch it. He doesn't have to. Nice. That's so awesome. Yeah, it's fun. So I have I tried to organize this time and have a Google sign-up form. Did it work? Did it display what the book is about in chat for you? If it didn't, let me know. I'll reset this thing because it looked like it may have crashed. No. Okay, cool. Let me reset it. TikTok's been weird lately, so let me start it up again. It's loading again. Connecting to the web sockets, connecting to live. Okay. try it again. Okay, somebody type in exclamation point book. Or exclamation point author. I'll tell you a little bit about the author too. Fancy schmancy. And I should just display it in chat there for you. No robot revolution today. Well, you know. I think if one person types it, it should display it for all. But if it doesn't, let me know. A little synopsis, please. It worked! Woo! All right. Sweet. Well, there you go. I try to have that up every time I do like live narration, or at least on the Whiskey Wednesday, so you can see what I'm reading and a little bit about the author too. So I don't think this one is out yet. I think it's still in the works, which is why we don't have a purchase link for you if you do like it and you want to pick up a copy. But I'm pretty sure if you follow our author, who is here in the chat, she'll let you know. She'll let you know it's available. She'll let us all know. She better. Because we want to know. We want to know. Oh, shoot. Oh, I will. All right. Good. You better keep us informed. All right. Okay, let's get this thing started. So, like I said, I'm going to do the whiskey at the very end because whiskey and narration, it's not the best. Oh, you've been hearing about it. So this is like, I want to finally hear this thing. All right, well, you're about to hear. We're going to take a sip of water after the coffee and go for it. You actually created the cover in Canva. You are way more talented than I am, my friend. Wow. That's so cool. That's another thing, like, I geek out about book covers, so, that's cool. Like, nobody else cares, but I care. I care. I think it looks cool. Good job. And if other people don't like it, whatever. They don't have to like it. We like it, okay? We like it a lot. And that's all that matters. No, that's really cool. I love that. Yeah. It's cool. I care. Well, good, Chris. We all care. More of us care. It does look amazing, right? Yeah. An artist as well. Yeah, you have that visual capacity I definitely don't have. That's like I design a lot of, well, you can probably tell I design a lot of my own social media stuff. You're like, that's because it's me. I actually have one of my friends who's way more artistically capable than me design some of my stuff. Like he gives me like templates, but I manage to mess them up all the time. You know? It looks good though. It looks good. Oh. I like it. All right. Let's get into it. So we're going to at least go through the prologue. We may get into chapter 1. We'll see how we're doing on time. I have to do an audition tonight, so that'll depend on whether we read the first chapter, but we're at least going to get through the prologue for sure. So we're going to jump into it. Sci-fi book, type of book, something related to the magnetic field of Earth. Yeah. We'll see. And if you type in the exclamation point book, it'll tell you a little bit about it. It'll give you the rundown, if you will. All right, let's get into it. It's kind of hot in the booth today. It's crazy. All right. Test. Test. Cool. Prologue. Static in the blood. Kansas City wasn't dark yet, but it was trying. Storm clouds hung low, a rotted bruise over the skyline, heavy enough to smother, but not enough to break. The air tasted like old copper and static. Storm on the way, but not the weather kind. Down by the river market, they'd already lost power. "Third blackout this week," Thatcher Compton muttered, shaking his head. City officials blamed the grid, the heat, the aging infrastructure, as if steel and wire just forgot how to work. Up here in a forgotten strip above a pawn shop that hadn't work, Up here in a forgotten strip above a pawn shop hadn't, dude. Let's read it right. Work. Up here in a forgotten strip above a pawn shop that hadn't had customers since the Royals mattered, Thatcher watched from a second-story window. Neon signs below flickered like they were remembering how to die, smearing red and blue ghosts across the cracked sidewalk. Thank you for the share there, Megan. Appreciate you. That's one we can tell. One way we can tell it's working. When all the sounds work. Oh, and the heart. Thank you for the heart. Life with Leah. Thank you. I think I said that right. Could have said it wrong. My apologies. Cracked sidewalk. Cracked sidewalk. The humans don't see it. The city still moved. Buses groaning, couples yelling, someone laughing too loud outside the power and light district. But Thatcher, he saw the cracks forming, the seams coming undone. Behind him, the laptop's fans whined. Fan. Done. Behind him, the laptop's fan whined, then stuttered. Encryption keys grinding as the signal fought to lock in. No veil watch yet. Not yet. Just the surface-level feed. Kansas City's bleeding pulse and pixels. He sat on the bed, looking at his apartment. Sure, ads on veil watch. We're becoming more human, and I'm always the one who sees it first. The first ad hit. His head snapped back to the screen. A low snarl of an engine. Black rubber screaming across cracked asphalt. A matte black muscle car tore through an empty highway as dusk swallowed the horizon. Cryptic Motors Nope. Inc. Cryptic Motors Inc. Hello. You scared me. Life with Leah. Thank you for the share. I'm like, need to turn that down to my ear. For you guys, it might not be that loud. For me, it's like, wow! Like, which is funny, except when it scares me. Let's try that again. I need to turn it. I keep forgetting, and it scares the crap out of me sometimes. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Cryptic Motors Inc. presents the Reaper 77X. The voiceover was rough, masculine, a grin you could hear. No trackers, no diagnostics, no witnesses. The Reaper doesn't ask for permission, and sure as hell doesn't leave survivors. The camera tracked the Reaper slicing through a checkpoint. Drones spun overhead, lights sweeping half a beat too late. Reaper 77X, because the last thing they'll see is your tail lights. The screen glitched. A blink and gone, but Thatcher caught it. A flash of three interlocked. Thatcher caught it. A flash of three interlocked rings, sterile and humming cold. Lumen. Then the ad snapped back, clean and cocky. Cryptic Motors, built for the end of the road. Thatcher frowned, eyes narrowing. What the hell was that supposed to be? The feed didn't stop. A woman with a corporate smile and dead eyes filled the screen, standing in a showroom too clean to feel real. Amanda, thank you for the heart. Nice to see you again. And the rose. Oh, you snuck two in there. Look at you. Standing in a showroom too clean to feel real. I lost my place. To feel real. A chrome drone hovered behind her, its pulse steady, mechanical, like a heartbeat that never learned how to stop. LUMEN, lighting the path forward. Unified Municipal Network, serving every species. Her voice carried the cheer of a practiced script. Compliance ensures safety. Safety ensures peace. The logo spun again in the corner, those three rings spinning like they had nothing to hide. Have a LUMEN lit day. Thatcher scratched the back of his neck. Lumen, he muttered. Never heard of you, but you've heard of me. Static cut through the feed, sharp, ugly, then a vampire in crimson velvet, thermos in hand, steam rising like red smoke. The night starts here. Her voice purred, velvet on a blade. Java Red, nutritional supplement for vampires. Sustain your hunger, enhance your focus. Clips rolled, upscale lounges, black marble bars, drinks deep red and glistening. Available now in new flavors.
select lounges, licensed blood cafes, and elite council distributors. Java Red, because the best don't feed like the rest.
Thatcher shook his head. Synthetic blood coffee, Thatcher muttered, because nothing bad's ever happened when hunger gets convenient. They really will sell anything, even appetite. Static hit again, louder, more jagged. Thank you for all the gifts there. And I think I missed somebody, too. Doing something. Whatever it was, thank you. All right. More jagged is where we left Owl. Right there. Good. Forest trails, dirt bikes, shifters and tactical gear, mud slinging wide. A woman howled mid-ride, a can cracked open in one hand. And crack the cap! Feed the wild! Howl fuel! Feed the wild! Howl fuel! Sweet Fang citrus for real shifters! No sparkle, no fangs, just bite! Off screen, a growl. Who drank my damn fuel? 100% shimmer free. Probably. Thatcher chuckled dry. Thatcher snorted. Nothing says confidence like probably. The feed stuttered, then sharpened into a new voice. Warm southern drawl, like whiskey with an edge. Tired of the city grind. Looking for a cold beer in a place where no one checks your species at the door. Jack's Barn. Nope. Not part of the ad. Door. Jack's Barn. Neon glowing against wood slats. The jukebox humming in the background like it had opinions. Come on down to Jack's Barn. Out past the back roads between Cartwright and Platter Flats. Southern Oklahoma's worst-kept secret. Hot wings, cold beer, warded bathrooms. No questions asked. Just don't bleed on the floor. And, for the love of peace, don't piss off the jukebox. It remembers. Jack's Barn, open late, closed never. Thatcher huffed under his breath. Thatcher blinked once. Jack's human. How the hell did he get a Veilwatch ad? But he didn't move, didn't change the channel. Then the screen leveled out, static clearing to sharp, saturated feed. The woman appeared, half her head shaved, the other half a shock of teal, pink eyeliner, LED strips blinking behind her like the room was breathing digital breath. Her eyes? Old war footage. She didn't smile. Smile. Okay. He didn't smile. Chicago's burning again, she said flatly. 5 bodies dropped at Shimmer. At a Shimmer. Said flatly. 5 bodies dropped at a Shimmer rave, but this ain't just chemical. A pause. A cut of video, sirens, strobe lights, bodies half shifted and twitching. It's refined fairy dust. Yeah, real fairies, wings ripped off, blood boiled down, sold to humans for a high that turns their brains inside out. Thatcher's knuckles cracked without trying. He said brain's kind of weird. Turns their brains inside out. Not too bad. Trying. Without trying. He grabbed the remote, flipped to the surface feed. NBS News. Sharp suits, sanitized death. Tonight, on NBS, rising concerns over unexplained violent outbursts and neurological collapses in multiple major cities. The anchor looked right into the lens, sterile as glass. Medical examiners have confirmed at least 40 deaths linked to a synthetic blood-based compound hitting the underground market. Known on the streets as Scarlet Thirst, it's believed to be derived from processed blood. Its origin still officially unconfirmed. Footage played. A kid convulsing in the street, bones jerking like they wanted out. No one helped. Law enforcement is investigating a second substance, Shimmer. While technically non-lethal, early reports link it to hallucinations, seizures, and aggression.
Thatcher's glare flattened. His jaw tightened. Unrelated, he muttered. My ass. Then his burner buzzed. A text flashed across. Buried 2 pups. Thought it was Shimmer. Wasn't. Scarlet. They're selling it like candy. He stood, moved to the desk in the corner, flipped open the old laptop, a VPN key already jacked in. He didn't have to unlock it. He was always logged into Veilwatch. Humans didn't even know it existed, unless they were tethered. Thatcher had been born to it. He dialed the burner as the screen warmed up, loading into the Veilwatch channel feed. It picked up, second ring. Malone! Thatcher's voice didn't waver. It's time. Call the council. He hung up, pulling on his jacket, eyes flicking back to the screen as Veilwatch loaded fully. The same woman, half-shaved head, war-footage eyes. Heather, thank you for the share. Footage eyes. It's not just Fae, not just vampires. And Shimmer, that's just the start. If you're tuned in now, you're already too late. Thatcher stared a second longer, then killed the screen. Kansas City hummed, low and mean beneath his boots, like the city was waiting to fall apart. He wasn't waiting anymore. He wasn't waiting anymore. Apart. He wasn't waiting anymore. Okay. There is the first part of the prologue, and now we have like a second little part to it, which I find very amusing as a gamer myself. And we'll get into that. Somewhere in New York City, fault line, the first glitch. A storm rolled across the city, rain pressing against the 4th floor windows, silver light bleeding through Let's try it again. Let's say words. Let's try those. A storm rolled across the city, rain pressing against 4th floor windows, silver light bleeding through half-closed blinds. Lightning flared once, catching the edge of a gaming tower and the rows of half-empty cans scattered across the desk. The air smelled of dust, caffeine, and overworked circuits. The tower hummed, a constant mechanical purr. The red LED strips pulsed along the wall like a hazy heartbeat. Lazy. Purr. The red LED strips pulsed along the wall like a lazy heartbeat. In the middle of it all, a chair rocked to the rhythm of frantic clicks. Get him, Axel! Spacey Chicken shouted into it. Axel! Spacey Chicken shouted into his headset, his voice riding the storm's static. Blue glow from the TV cut across his face, painting him in cold light. The overlay on the screen read, Fault Line, Live. His on-screen avatar, OD, a soot-streaked first responder, stood beside a stock German Shepherd labeled Anouk, default, disposable. Sorry, Anouk, he muttered, smirking. You're gone. Axel's top now, but you were good while you lasted. He clicked accept. The Shepherd shimmered and broke apart into static, pixels drifting away like ash. The menu flickered once and reformed into a slick Doberman, metal tags glinting, eyes burning with an amber tint that didn't belong to any default model. Lightning cracked outside. The new dog lifted its head on screen and barked once, distorted, tinny, almost human. Later, smoke rolled through the digital firehouse corridor. The Doberman tore forward, claws clanging against chrome tile as the world rippled around him. Sparks cascaded from the ceiling, geometry bending and twisting like molten glass. Then, without warning, the dog drove straight into the wall, and through it. For half a heartbeat, only the tail remained, suspended in the shimmer. Then, it was gone. A single warped bark echoed through Spacey's headset before the feed cuts. It was gone. A single warped barked. It was gone. A single warp barked. Now, that's not the words. Let's try it again. It was gone. A single warped bark echoed through Spacey's headset before the feed cut to static. The game froze. Black screen. Reboot. When the loading screen cleared, the fire event was still active. Spacey steered his avatar through the haze, sprang down the blaze while the Doberman tackled the arsonist NPC. Victory text scrolled across the screen in a wash of orange and gold. Too bright. Spacey laughed, throwing one arm into the air. Hell yeah, Axel took him out. I can't believe this talk. Just got him, and I don't even have to train him yet. A voice broke through the ear. Let's try it again. That's not what I want to start it. I want to start here. Click back. A voice broke through the earbuds, half drowned in game noise. Yeah, I just got him today too, bro. Serving and derping said, excitement buzzing under his words. He's awesome. Seasons, not even the word. I was at the FD map. Some guy tried to start a fire event, no kit NPCs loaded, and Axel was on it. He then glitched through the wall. Left a note for the devs. Through the wall. Left a note for the devs. He's too good to have bugs like that, right? Spacey leaned back, smiling. Same here. I was at the PD. Walked inside and Axel followed. Right through the wall. He re-rendered only after I restarted. On-screen chat messages scrolled like code bleeding across the bottom corner. Server. Entity persisted outside render space. Server status. Unresolved. The cursor blinked once, then twice, and somewhere behind the hum of the gaming tower, a faint electronic bark whispered through the speakers. Soft, apologetic, and wrong. All right. There is our prologue. And I think personally, this is super, super unique. I like the structure of it, and it gives me a very cyberpunk kind of feel, like right away, but like mixed with almost noir, at least in the first part of the prologue. Hey, Kim. How's it going? This is so good. It is really good. I love the writing. This is right up my alley. Being a super computer geek nerd, and I love this whole kind of genre in and of itself, so I can't say anything bad about it. Not that I would anyways, but it's really good. I like it. I like the feel of this too. It's really unique. Well, thank you, Megan. Kim! All right, I missed some stuff. I want to read this. I know. I want to read the rest of it. That means everything right there. You did amazing. Love the way you changed the voices. Thank you. My dad grew us up with sci-fi, and this book is like a mix of everything we grew up with. Yeah. Thank you, Kim, for the heart. Yeah, no, it's definitely, I can tell. Obviously, I love the gamer talk too. I'm sure there's more of it, but I absolutely love it. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate you. All right. See, it's 6:34. We might be able to. Let me see. Maybe if I might be able to get scene 1 in before I have to go. Yeah, let's push for that. Let's push for scene 1. Chapter 1, scene 1, and then we'll probably call it. Yeah, let's do that. Unless you guys don't want to hear more. Up to you. I'll leave it up to you. Leave it up to the vote. Do you want to hear more? Do you want to hear more? Would you like to hear more? Right. More! All right. All right, Kim. Kim, you're going to love this. Also speaking for my dad. Okay, well, okay. You're going to love this, Kim, because this guy has sometimes a slight Southern Aussie accent. I'm going to admit right now, not my strong point. But I've been practicing. A lot of better writers write a lot of little letters. Getting better. Getting better. So you can critique me at the end there, Kim. You let me know. You let me know. And maybe one day I'll just call you and they'll be like, just talk to me for like 10 minutes. I need to pick up your accent. All right. Let's do for this, let's save so I don't lose that. That would suck. And then yeah, maybe we'll just leave a space and then I'll cut them later. That way. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably just do that. Then visually, yeah, that should be enough. That should look fine. I'll know what it is. I'll know what it is. To me, you sound very outback Aussie, not city Aussie. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know. Like in my book, like that I'm studying the accent with, I don't know like where it's supposed to be from. I don't think it says like what part of Australia. Because I think you also have like northern and southern Australia sound a little different, right? Although many styles of speech are heard in Australia, you'd expect such a... Australia is fairly homogeneous for such huge content. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really say. So I think it's just like the book's like merging everything in. Like, this is Australian. I'm like, okay. So generically Australian, I guess. So I don't know. I have no idea. The very typical Aussie accent. Okay. Well, I think mine is more everyday. Okay. Cool. So like send me this book, please. Right? Okay. I would read this over and over. I know. I love this type of stuff. I love this genre. Oh, all right. Okay. Here we go. Chapter 1. The Monster at the Door. Scene 1. The Call Before the Storm. Trip Lancaster leaned against his truck, an old pre-2000s three-quarter-ton Ford diesel that grumbled like it had opinions. The paint was sun-faded to a weary red-brown, the bed dented to hell, and the Ford badge on the tailgate was worn near invisible, a ghost of a logo that didn't need introductions. The air smelled faintly of warm diesel and cedar, dust stirred by the late-night breeze drifting in from the tree line. He stood easy, one boot crossed over the other, arms folded, head dipped just enough to hear that the wind was whispering. Dry leaves scuttled over the dirt like tiny bones. The phone buzzed once in his pocket. He didn't move. Didn't need to. Only one bastard called this late without a damn apology. Second buzz. Tripp pulled it free, thumbed it open, brought it to his ear without rush. "Best be calling to cancel," he muttered, voice low and unhurried, every syllable stretched in that slow southern... Oh, that's my southern Aussie guy. Let's try that again. Bom, 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 bom. Tripp pulled it. Best be... Best. All right. Gosh. Best be calling to cancel, he muttered, voice low and unhurried, every syllable stretched in that slow southern Aussie drawl that dragged when he wasn't happy. Garrett's voice came steady, grit still intact. "Not a chance." Tripp rolled his eyes. shifting his weight just enough to keep the blood moving. Figures. Garrett chuckled soft, like he'd been expecting that answer. Damn right. Tripp's knuckles drummed lazily against the truck bed, the metal giving back a hollow thud. His eyes stayed forward past the compound, not that he needed to look. He could feel it back there, full of nerves, full of names he wasn't ready to speak. I hate politics, he muttered, slow and dry. Ain't my trade. Never was. His free hand stretched. Try scratched. That's a word, too. His free hand scratched at the back of his neck, like just talking about it irritated his skin. God an elected mouthpiece for that. He's got the patience for it. I don't. He shifted, boots settling deeper into the dirt. Old wolf habit, ready even if he didn't want to be. The faint scent of rain teased the air, not close enough to matter, but enough to promise. These pups, he spat, they weren't raised wild. Their folks play human, shop at Target, snap selfies at Deep Ellum shows, think traffic and Starbucks are the worst. Think traffic and Starbucks are the worst things gonna bite 'em. He let the silence bite instead of the stack. Bite 'em. He let the silence bite instead of stacking more words. Council shows up here. They'll feel that way, right down to the bone, before the damn meeting even starts. The wind shifted, colder now, rustling a branch somewhere behind him. He glanced over his shoulder, catching a flicker of movement in the tree line. A deer stepped out, far enough to... Nope. There. Tree line. A deer stepped out just far enough for him to see it, ears twitching. One blink, and it bolted, vanishing into the dark. The weight of the call pulled him back. They'll shift wrong, panic, and if one of them loses it right in front of a full room of alphas, someone's gonna bleed. Silence held on the line. Then Garrett's voice, low and sure. This isn't just about Dallas anymore. And I'm not asking, I'm saying. This meeting happens there. You're the only one with the space and the spine to keep it anchored. Tripp didn't answer straight away. He worked to the back of his neck, slow and heavy, dusting off a thought he didn't want to own yet. Then quieter, dragging the words. Thatcher coming? He's already on the way. Tripp shook his head, slow as gravity, wariness sitting deep in his bones. Course he is. Why wouldn't he? It's his bloody meeting, and he ain't even an alpha. He sighed through his nose, part curse, part prayer, all grit. You driving? Or you got one of them fancy black council birds swooping in to pick you up? Road King, halfway through Texarkana. That pulled a grunt from Tripp. Half laugh, half of course. Figures, you'd ride through a damn war zone just to prove you still could. He let that hang a second longer. The image of Garrett cutting through chaos on two wheels sharp enough to draw a smirk. Tripp pushed off the truck, boots scuffling the dirt, and pulled his hat off with a slow drag of his hand. The old Aussie cowboy hat, same kind Paul Hogan made famous, but Tripp's was beat to hell, edges frayed, sweat-stained, still holding shape like pride worn thin but not broken. He raked his hand through his hair, slow and deliberate, like maybe he'd pull clarity out of his scalp if he just dug deep enough. Then he popped the cat. The cat? There's a cat. Enough. Then he popped the hat back on, settling it just right. Brim tilted like a man ready to get back to the fight, whether he wanted to or not. Hope you polish that crown, mate, he muttered. Aussie bite sneaking through. Be a shame if it pulls up dull. Garrett's humor faded. Tripp, I know this ain't your comfort zone, but I need you to hold the line. Tripp exhaled, deep and heavy, chest rising like the weight was setting in under... Chest and heavy, chest rising like the weight was sitting under every rib. He looked down, kicking the ground once, and shoved his free hand into his pocket. I didn't say I wouldn't. Just don't expect me to smile while I'm doing it. I'll be cussing your name the whole bloody way. Garrett didn't miss a beat. Wouldn't expect anything less. Tripp shoved the phone back in his pocket, stepping off like the truck owed him something. The Ford creaked as it settled without his lean, like it was relieved to be left alone. Guess I better set out the good coffee, he muttered. A beat. And lock up the liquor. The wind picked up just enough to whisper storm, carrying the scent of wet earth from somewhere far off, but it wasn't ready to break. Neither was he. Not yet. And yeah, we will stop it there. Good Aussie accent. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. Not gonna lie, I'm like, Aussie, what are the odds Kim shows up? Like, damn it. It's an accent I suck at. I just need more practice. Just need more practice at it. But it wasn't, I don't know. I hope it's not terrible, but I can be a lot better at it. Well, I'm glad you liked it. As long as the author likes it, then it's good enough, right? Right. Very country Aussie outback. Okay. All right. I liked it, but I'm not Aussie. All right. Hey, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. As long as you liked it. And you know, if we can fool the Americans, there we go. That's all we need to do. Doesn't take much to fool us. I love it. The book, the narration, the works. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the heart. I missed some stuff. Oh. It like filtered your thing there, Kim. Let me approve it. It's been filtering weird stuff. Oh no, it scrolled too fast. I missed some stuff. I'm sorry. Let me try to catch it. Watch Croc Turnbull on here. Very similar. Okay. Gotcha. I missed something up here. Did I miss it? Keone? Yeah, you did. We're gonna leave here in just a second. But we can't leave. We can't go. A whiskey. It sounds so much better when I'm not reading it. Well, it's like, reading your like own works, right? You're like, it sounds the same in your own head, right? Until you like hear somebody else like read it. But so we can't go anywhere. Thank you for all the gifts too. Those are piling in there, and the likes. Thank you so much. Shanae, I see you snuck in there. Hello, nice to see you again. So we've been doing this thing where Flaviar kind of sent us samplers. I used to be part of this like whiskey club, which was another big reason for starting Whiskey Wednesdays, because I have so many of these I need to get rid of. So we did Kiloman A, B, and now we'll do C, but this is going to be the Mahir Bay cask strength, which I think means you're supposed to dilute it. But why do that? Cheers, everybody. Doesn't have to be whiskey today. It could be hot chocolate, could be water, could be nothing. The point is, we're having fun. And I'm doing this at the end, because it's way smarter to do that way. All right, let's see. Oh, first, we learned last time, there's 3 things you're supposed to do when you're tasting a scotch and a whiskey. You're supposed to smell it. So I got my fancy Glencairn here. Smells like whiskey. Okay, so it's kind of sweet smelling, and then smells like smoke and peat. So there you go. And we're supposed to get on the tasting wheel tropical, fruity, pineapple, mango, butterscotch. That sounds good. Rich, smoky, honey, and lingering. I didn't know lingering was a flavor, but it's going to linger. So hopefully it's great. Oh, and then you taste it, and then you wait for the aftertaste. So the initial taste and then the aftertaste. Cheers. Wow, I think you're supposed to delete that. That's for sure. That is strong. Wow. Good choice. Have it at the end. Very sweet initially. Very smoky. Like I can see how they say like honey. I don't get any fruits or anything like it's saying. I don't even think I get like butterscotch, to be honest. I like a little bit of sweetness and then burning from the alcohol finally hitting from the very high proof. What is this? Yeah, 58.3%. Ugh. No fruits or anything, but it's not bad. If you like really smoky whiskeys, not bad. Kiloman. Kilchoman. Not sponsored in any way, but there you go. Maybe if you diluted it. Yeah. I think you're supposed to dilute cask strength. I think that's like the point. Like you put a little bit of water in there or like over an ice cube and kind of let it settle for a minute, you know? Because like the other that's not the cask strength is only 46% alcohol. This is 58.3, which doesn't sound like much. That is a ton. But yeah, if you like, it's definitely the least like. There's like a flavor in some scotches that I equate to turpentine. It's like the least amount of that flavor in this one, even though it's the strongest. Is that weird? But it's still very smoky, which is interesting. But there you go. Alicia, hello. Nice to see you again as well. Over here sipping your Diet Pepsi. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It is Wednesday. it is Wednesday, like middle of the evening on Wednesday in some parts, like here in California. But back to the book. Again, if you want, type in exclamation point book to get a little information about that. An exclamation point author in the chat to get a little information about the author as well. And it's not out yet. This is a work in progress. And I have to say, for a work in progress, this is really well written. Like, usually, like, a lot of works in progress that I see, and they're works in progress, there's a lot of, like, issues with, like, pacing a little bit, but definitely, like, spelling, you know, it hasn't, like, gone through the full spelling check yet, but this is pretty darn good. Like, you are set. I think the pacing is great. I love the commercials up front. It really, like, breaks it down and puts you, like, into the whole thing. And then getting into the Southern Aussie wolf, like I love that whole kind of section. The next section too, where you get into, actually, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'll leave it as a cliffhanger. So if you want, you'll have to pay attention. Follow Carrie there, the veil fracture one right there, the author, for more information. Follow so that you know when the book is released. Is there any plan on a release date, like a projected release, like this year maybe, or a couple months? You know, tomorrow, maybe. Hint, hint. Hello, Justin. How's it going, man? With the best name in the room. So yours was bad? No, not at all, not at all. Around May, I hope. Okay, I'm on 86,000 words in. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you're probably pretty close to done. 86,000 words, that's quite a bit. That's a big book. You said most works in progress. Yes, most works in progress. I heard it. Well, and to backtrack a little bit, it depends on where you're at with the work in progress by the time I get it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just starting, then it may have more of those, but what work in progress doesn't. Just depends. The Justins are collecting. That's right. And we're gonna have the Justin Army on TikTok here soon. We'll rest around 120,000. Okay. Oh, okay. She's gonna be a big mamber jamber. I like it. I like it. I need like I don't know. I think there's and I guess I get it from a certain standpoint, and you would probably know better as authors, but I think there's a certain like, is it what's the right word for it? Like faux pas, maybe? I don't know. That or a certain non said, or maybe said somewhere, I don't know, I don't write, that there's a certain limit that you're supposed to have, like per genre, you know? Like if it's a romance book, you should only get up to about like 8 hours of like, you know, in terms of like an audiobook, right? You're sitting at what, 60 to 80,000, right? Yeah, no limits here. I like bigger projects. Like if it's a world building thing and I'm drawn in, I don't want to stop. I want more. But I do understand from a certain marketing like point that they want to sell books, right? So like chop that crap up, put it in the next book, make it a series. I understand that, but as like a fan of like when I'm in a book and in a genre, I just want more. I don't want to stop, you know? Like, so yeah, 180,000, it doesn't scare me, you know? As a matter of fact, like, yeah, actually, I want that. Justin, I think you're writing a huge one, aren't you? It's usually for debut authors. Okay. Yeah, so that might be the thing. Like once you're like well established, then they're like, yeah, write whatever you want, you know. And I guess like to a certain point, nobody's gonna tell like a Brandon Sanderson or a Stephen King that they can only write this many words. They're gonna tell them to F off and write whatever they want. And they're gonna sell it anyways. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, yes. But I can see that. But maybe it's just for like when you're first starting out, first couple books. I don't know. Like the publishing world is kind of I don't know. So that's a whole thing I'm still trying to learn about. Um, there is a suggested word count per genre. Okay, yeah, yeah. Is a no go over in the cyberpunk horror PNR. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Interesting. Uh, Gina Denny talks about it. There's an industry expectation. That's what I was looking for, an expectation of a word count based upon your genre. That's see, it's like you're a writer or something. You can pick like good words. You can word good, you know, whereas I can't. Um, oh, that's my level. Gimme. This is my debut book, but I have another one that will drop after that. That is one, or like one of the characters' origins. Sick. I love origin stories too, unless it's Batman again. Enough with the Batman. We get it. Okay? Old story. Although I will say, the new Penguin one that's on HBO. Thank you for the heart. The new Penguin one that's on HBO with, what's his name? Colin Farrell, that I didn't even know was him until, like, after I'd watched the whole thing. I'm like, wait, really? And I had to watch it again. And I'm like, dude, you can kind of tell, like, right in here, like, right where his eyes are, like, oh, yeah, I guess that is him. But they did such a good job with the costuming. It's so good. So good. So unless it's that, no more Batman. But I do love a good character origin story, especially like the characters that you're invested in throughout a story, you know? Like you go back a little bit and you gather a little bit more. Indie has no rules. We look at the rules and laugh. I like that. I like that. As you should. As you should. I don't think there should be like rules per se, right? Rules are meant to be broken. You know, like there's probably rules to writing that you don't break. Or when you do, you break them for a certain reason, right? The rules are there for a reason. So if you understand why they're there, it's okay to break them for the right reason, right? So if you want to write a 500,000 word book, friggin' go for it, right? I'm there. It better be good though, right? I have several origins planned out. 5 started. Wow. And book 2, 3, and 4 started of the main series. Okay. Cool. Nice. Yeah. Love the backstories. Yeah. It's ensemble cast. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, here's a question for you. If you ever did get your book turned into an audiobook, would you do it full cast? Like ideal. Like money's no objective. If you could do whatever you wanted to do with your book and turn it into an audiobook version, would you do full cast? Or would you do single narrator? Or would you do dual? Or I mean, there's a lot of options, but like I could see like especially like cyberpunk, like that being like full cast pretty easy. I've been ruined by single narrator. I'm partial to that too, even though I make books that are duet and dual, but I love the do full cast. See, when I was younger, and I'm going to date myself here, kids, ask your parents, I remember books on tape, like cassette tape, that were full cast audio productions, like graphic audio productions, kind of. I don't think it was graphic audio, but it was like that, full cast, like almost like an audio drama versus an audio book. I remember that and loving the crap out of it. And it wasn't like the old school radio dramas that were before that. It was way more contemporary for its time, you know. Me too. I remember those. Yeah. I remember this as well. Yeah. They were fantastic. I love those. But like when it comes to, I think they were done more in like a specific style. Like they weren't too like, Trip walked down the hallway. Like it was a less narrative, more dialogue heavy, if that made sense. Like they had narration, but it was way more dialogue heavy. And they had sound effects and music and everything. It was cool. Um, yeah. You had them on vinyl, Nick. Nice. Good to see you again, Nick. Another author you should follow. Fantastic author. Um, and follow Books by Megan. You know what? Do me a favor. Just follow everybody. If you're here, follow each other. There you go. Done. Because everybody in here is great. And then I feel bad that I would leave somebody out. Because they're all fantastic. Um, so follow Amanda, follow Justin, follow, I don't know, who else is in here? I have to look through the list. Follow everybody. Darn it. That's what you're thinking of when talking full cast. Yeah. Like the whole kit and caboodle thing. Yeah. I think those are fun. But like if it's more heavily narrated, then I kind of, where it's more in that, I don't know how to describe it. I'm doing a terrible job. Like I think that full cast productions have to be adapted to fit full cast better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like your standard audiobook, I think they just fit better with single or dual, just out of the box. But if you adapt them in the right way, then full cast for sure. But you have to kind of make it for that, right? I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting my point across very well, but that's what I think. That's just my 2 cents. For me, in the PNR base, I think male narrator only. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, and it's there's that whole thing too. Like there's no written rule of narration, but if like most of your main characters are from male point of view, you'd have a male narrator. If they're from a female point of view, from a female narrator. But that doesn't always have to be the case, right? However, there is a certain expectation now already that's kind of the way that they go, right? So, but you can break any rule, I think. You know, there's always exceptions, right? Practice your Aussie for my book on the 18th. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Are they all Aussies? Oh, Kim, I might call out sick for my own show. They're all Aussies. Oh no. That's right. I'm gonna keep practicing it. I'm gonna keep practicing it. There's certain combinations of like shifts, like vowel shifts that I haven't mastered yet, and I don't quite know how to do, and they immediately take me out of it. But I'm trying to study like those things that like trip me up. There's a whole like section in my book that's like this big section of monologues. If I can do each one of those monologues and stay, then I'll have mastered all of the key sounds. I am not even close yet, so I'm going to study hard. I have a couple weeks though. The 18th is a little is way closer than I want it to be now, but but yes. Oh no. Okay, cool. Are all the characters Aussie? So what I'm thinking about doing is finding a female voice narrator to help me on that one. I haven't asked yet, but I'm going to. Yep, they are. Okay, cool. So I'll let them know about the Aussie accent. Maybe I'll find somebody that is admittedly like, I'm not very good at it. I'm like, perfect. Let's do this together. So I could just have Kim back there the whole time, like, stop. You know. Every time you do an Aussie accent, a kangaroo dies. You know. That we don't want to be responsible for that. You know, genocide of kangaroos. Glorious Daniel Georgiev. How you doing there, buddy? Good to see you again. When it gets to chapter 2, I have split with male and female characters. Oh, okay. So like point of views kind of go back and forth. That's cool. The third Daniel going crazy on cake slices. No, you're awesome. You're awesome. It's third person written at the moment, so narrator can be whatever, if that helps. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you. No problemo. Time to go in with style. Are you reading more of the book later? I am not. That's the good thing and the bad thing with Whiskey Wednesday. So we read one chapter, sometimes two, just to like make it a little longer. And there you go. It kind of cliffhangs you, right? And you're like, oh, but I want more. Great. Now you can buy the book. You know what I mean? It works. It markets itself if you think about it. But no, these are a ton of fun. So if you have writer friends and they want to get their chapter on here, send them my way. This is fun. I'll read pretty much anything. If it has a lot of spice to it, I'll have to mute because of the terms of service with TikTok and the streaming platforms. But I can send you the fully uncensored version of it if it has spice in it. But that's really the only thing. Like, we've read, man, everything. We've read some very dark romance. We've read male romance. We've read sci-fi, cyberpunk, fantasy, dystopian sci-fi. That was Daniel Georgiev's last time. We've read a lot. And a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't have like gone out of my way to read like on my own. But finding all of these like super talented authors and their stories, it like, I just love a good story. So I've read all of this stuff, and now I have a huge pile of to be reads, and it's such an eclectic taste of stuff that is amazing. So send it my way, send your friends my way, because we'll take any and all. Let me see here. I brought a friend in and he missed it. No, well, no worries. After this, what I do is I take the recording of it because I figured out how to do it finally. I was trying to do like an automated way to do it, but it broke. Anyways, this will be up on my YouTube. Oh, I can't say that dirty word. The tubes of you, I already banned. The tubes of you later. So that's thetubesofyou.com at the number 4 FIFE, the number 6. That's where you'll find it. I usually post it up there under the Whiskey Wednesday kind of what's the word for it? The list you can make with them. Oh man, I can't think of words tonight. What's the thing? You put it in there so you can click on one and it goes through them all. What's that called? Somebody help me out. Help me out. It's like a category, but not a category. And it filtered. Ooh, Daniel, it filtered your comment because I think it was too close to saying the actual word like I did. But let me unfilter it. There you go. Now it's out. You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. I've got a list of all the previous Whiskey Wednesdays on there, so you can find them all. Some really good ones. Like, we got introduced to this year a new category, a new genre I didn't even know existed, called gas lamp fantasy. Had no idea what that was. And I love that genre. I'm like, dude, I need to find more books in this genre. It's like steampunk with magic, kind of. And this particular one was kind of almost like Sherlock Holmesy, right? But set in that gas lamp era. Victorian meets steampunk meets magic fantasy. It's cool. A really cool genre. Spice, like, yeah, that's all I will say. Oh, okay. About the spiciness. Well, take the spice out and those character arcs fall apart. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of spice. You got to, right? It's the spice of life. What's the boob tube? That was Cinemax when I was younger. Does this mean the Shadow Savior wreck is in the trash? What do you mean? Shadow Savior wreck is in the trash? No. Shadow Savior's up on the Tubes of You. It's up there right now. Did I not send you the link? I might not have. I can send you the link, though. It's on there. You saw it. Okay. I was like, no, it should be up there unless something bad happened that I don't know about. I had to load up like all three at like once because I didn't realize it was broken. I think it was you that actually told me it was broken. Can't say the actual words. Well, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. All right. I think we're going to call it here. I've got to go do an audition. There is a possibility I might be back tonight. I have to do some more demos. So I might be doing some demo work maybe tonight. And if so, I'll jump back on. You'll just see me jump on. But if not, I'll be on tomorrow with a brand new audiobook called Sentenced to Heaven, a collection of short stories that are all intertwined about these people that are waiting in the lobby in purgatory. They've all died, and they're waiting for their judgment to be either sent to heaven or hell. And the stories, I think, are fantastically done. So if that sounds like something that you're alley, tune in tomorrow night, probably 6 p.m. PST-ish again, around there, whenever I get to dinner finished. Also, next Whiskey Wednesday, I think Amanda said something about that. Thank you. Let me look that up real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, wrong folder. Hold on. I should have this memorized, but I don't. And I don't have my calendar. It's upstairs. Because that's a great place to keep it, right? Right at your fingertips, upstairs. No, I want the next tab. Oh, it's scrolled over, I see. Scroll over. Don't make... you know what? It'd probably be easier if I did this up here. There we go. Now I can see the tabs. Okay, so today was the 4th all day, which means the next one is the 11th. So next week... Oh. Daniel Georgiev is up again with Crossing the Veil. It's going to be a dark, epic fantasy, high fantasy. Awesome. Can't wait to read it. This is another one I don't think I've read yet. Have I read this one? No, I have read this one. Never mind. Is this the short story? This is the short story, right? Right, Daniel? Georgiev? Crossing the Veil? So many Veil books I'm seeing. I'm in good company. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. No, this is a fantastic story. I do remember this one. Yeah, Crossing the Veil. There's another book that had Veil something in it too. Not Veil Fracture, not yours. There was another one. Hidden Veil, I think is what it was. Like, a lot of veils going around. Samhain inspired. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I do remember that. Because it came out around Halloween. I do remember that. No, this is a good one. It's a good one. It starts off very, like, ethereal, dark. I love it. So, yeah, we'll read a little bit of that one, too. So that'll be next Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m. PST here. And Daniel Georgiev, it'll be his. There you go. I'll sign up my origin story, but I don't know how to do it. It's not chapters. Oh, that's fine. So what we can do is I try to roughly shoot for a max of about an hour. So if you take 9,000 words, roughly, is what they say is an average hourly rate, depending on the genre, a little faster, a little slower. So, but we take 9,000 words as a ballpark. So if you have up to about 9,000 words you want to share, that is a perfect slice. You will be here too? All right. What time is it right now for you? Because you're still in Belgium, right? That's half the book. Well, then maybe not that much. Maybe cut it down to like 1,000 or something. 4 a.m. You are crazy. You are crazy. You're absolutely nuts. Also, this Saturday at 7 p.m. PST, I will be on a book talk channel with some other authors there. I'll be the only narrator, but the other authors there, and we'll be talking about books and stuff, and I'll be talking about my origin story. So if for some crazy reason that's an interest to you, I'll be there talking about that. And I'll probably bring up a book or two that Daniel Georgiev has. So a chapter is about 1,500 to 2,500 words. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Glorious indeed, Daniel. Glorious indeed. And that was Saturday. Yeah. Heather got you. Look at that. She's got you. Alrighty. So I think that'll do it. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate you being here. And again, follow the author, Carrie there, Veil Fracture author, down there in the Chatty McChattersons, so that you can keep up to speed on what she's doing and when the book comes out. More importantly, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon as well. Daniel, have a good night, and everybody else have a good night. I'll see you, if not tonight, definitely tomorrow. Bye, everybody.